What if I told you that somewhere on a cotton farm in California, a machine the size of a house weighing over 100,000 pounds was tearing through the earth with 1,100 horsepower, while somewhere else a robot was silently killing 100,000 weeds per hour using lasers? Farmers aren't just growing food anymore, they're building machines that look like they came straight out of a sci-fi movie, and some of them absolutely terrifying. Number 1. The Big Bud 747. Let's kick things off with the most insane farm machine ever built, the Big Bud 747. And yes, it's named after the Boeing 747 airplane, because the people who commissioned it wanted something that would make the jumbo jet feel modest. Built in 1977 by Ron Harmon and the crew at Northern Manufacturing Company in Havre, Montana, the Big Bud 747 is officially recognized as the world's largest farm tractor. We're not talking slightly large. We're talking about a machine that stands 14 feet tall, stretches 27 feet long, and spans 20 feet wide. To put that in perspective, that's wider than most two-lane roads. The tractor was commissioned by the Rossi brothers, Elmer and Melvin, cotton farmers from Bakersfield, California. They had a massive problem. Their farm covered tens of thousands of acres, and the soil was rock-hard, compacted to the point where ordinary tractors couldn't do the job. They needed something that could deep-rip the earth, plowing down 20 inches into the ground across enormous distances without stopping. So they essentially ordered a machine that didn't exist yet. The result was the Big Bud 747. It runs on a 16-cylinder Detroit diesel engine. When it was first built, it produced 760 horsepower. But over time, its owners kept upgrading it, first to 900 horsepower, and eventually the Williams brothers of Big Sandy, Montana, pushed it all the way to 1,100 horsepower by installing new injectors in 2011. Its fuel tank holds a staggering 1,000 gallons of diesel. When that tank is full, the machine alone tips the scales at over 100,000 pounds. Fully ballasted, loaded with additional weight for traction, it reaches 135,000 pounds. Its tires were so specialized that a Canadian company called United Tire had to custom manufacture them. Each tire stood 8 feet tall in diameter. When United Tire went bankrupt in 2000, finding replacement tires became nearly impossible, which eventually forced the owners to retire the Big Bud from regular fieldwork in 2009. It wasn't until July 2020 that new Goodyear tires were finally fitted and the giant returned to the fields of Montana. But here's the most jaw-dropping part. This machine wasn't some expensive toy that sat around looking impressive. It worked hard. The Big Bud 747 could pull an 80-foot wide cultivator and cover more than 1 full acre of land every single minute at speeds up to 8 miles per hour. The Rossi brothers used it for 11 years on their cotton farm, doing the work that would have otherwise required multiple large machines running simultaneously. The Big Bud 747 holds the Guinness World Record as the world's largest farm tractor. It was built for $300,000 in 1977, and today as a rare exhibit, it's estimated to be worth 3 to 6 times that value. Only one was ever made. Number 2. The Carbon Robotics Laser Weeder. If the Big Bud 747 represents the brute force approach to farming, then our second machine represents something straight out of a science fiction novel. A robot that hunts down and kills weeds one by one using high-powered lasers. The Carbon Robotics Laser Weeder is a real commercial farming machine developed by a Seattle-based tech startup called Carbon Robotics. It was first unveiled publicly in 2021, and its capabilities are genuinely staggering. As the machine rolls through a field at 5 miles per hour, 12 onboard cameras scan the ground continuously. An onboard computer powered by artificial intelligence identifies each weed, distinguishing it from the crop plants around it in real time. Then, high-power carbon dioxide lasers zap the weeds, destroying them on the spot. The numbers are almost hard to believe. The autonomous weeder version of the machine can eliminate more than 100,000 weeds per hour. It can cover 15 to 20 acres of crops in a single day. By comparison, a human farm laborer can manually weed approximately 1 acre per day. The laser weeder, which is a pull-behind version with 3 times the lasers of the autonomous model, doubles that rate, killing up to 200,000 weeds per hour while covering 2 acres every 60 minutes. And it does this without a single drop of herbicide. No chemicals sprayed into the soil. No contamination of groundwater. No damage to surrounding crop plants. Just pure targeted energy hitting each weed with pinpoint accuracy. For farmers, this isn't just a cool gadget, it's a financial lifeline. Vegetable farmer Shay Myers of Oregon told reporters that a laborer could weed about 1 acre of his onion fields per day. With the laser weeder, that same acre gets done in under an hour. The company reports that growers using the laser weeder are cutting their weeding costs by 80%, and the machine pays for itself within 2 to 3 years. The demand has been enormous. Carbon Robotics completely sold out of its 2022 units and began accepting pre-orders for 2020. The machine weighs 9,500 pounds and operates autonomously, using GPS for navigation alongside its AI vision systems. A farming machine that shoots lasers, killing weeds, autonomously, at night if needed. This is real, it's commercially available, and it's already working on farms across America. Number 3. The John Deere X9 1100 Combine. What if I told you there's a farming machine so advanced, it can harvest an entire field faster than multiple older machines combined, while automatically adjusting itself in real time to squeeze out every last grain? Meet the John Deere X9 1100, one of the most powerful and technologically advanced combine harvesters ever built. This machine isn't just big, it's engineered to operate at a scale that almost feels industrial rather than agricultural. The X9 1100 is powered by a massive 13.6-liter engine, producing over 690 horsepower. But raw power is only part of the story. What makes this machine truly insane is how efficiently it uses that power. Inside the combine is a high-capacity dual separator system capable of processing up to 100 tons of crop per hour under ideal conditions. That means in a single hour, this machine can harvest enough grain to fill multiple transport trucks. And unlike older machines that rely heavily on operator skill, the X9 is packed with automation. It uses onboard sensors and intelligent systems to constantly monitor grain loss, crop flow, and moisture levels, then automatically adjusts settings like rotor speed, fan speed, and sieve openings in real time. In simple terms, the machine is thinking while it's harvesting. It also features predictive ground speed automation. Instead of the operator guessing how fast to drive, the X9 calculates the optimal speed on the fly to maintain maximum efficiency without overloading the system. The grain tank itself holds over 16,200 liters, and when it's time to unload, it can discharge grain at speeds of 186 liters per second, fast enough to fill a truck in just minutes. But here's where it gets even crazier. The X9 is designed to run for incredibly long hours with minimal downtime. Its massive fuel tank, combined with highly efficient fuel consumption, allows it to operate across huge fields without constant refueling stops. And with GPS guidance and auto steering systems, it can harvest fields with near-perfect precision, even at night. This isn't just a farming machine, it's a moving factory, cutting, separating, cleaning, and storing crops in one continuous operation. And in a world where farms are getting bigger and labor is getting scarcer, machines like the John Deere X9 1100 aren't just impressive, they're becoming essential. Number 4. The Amazon Pantera. Picture a crop sprayer that doesn't just drive through a field, it walks over it on legs. The Amazon Pantera is a self-propelled crop sprayer built by German agricultural machinery giant Amazon. And the first thing that stops people in their tracks when they see it is the suspension. The machine rides on 4 individually controlled hydraulic legs, each one standing nearly 2 meters tall, that allow every wheel to move up and down independently. The result is a machine that floats across uneven terrain like it's gliding on water, keeping its massive 36-meter spray boom perfectly level at all times, no matter what the ground beneath it is doing. That boom is the other jaw-dropping feature. At 36 meters wide, nearly 120 feet, it stretches further than most people can throw a baseball in either direction. Yet it stays so precisely level and stable that the spray nozzles maintain a consistent height above the crop canopy. delivering chemicals with pinpoint accuracy across the entire width in a single pass. The Pantera carries up to 7,500 liters of liquid in its tank and can blast through fields at speeds up to 20 kilometers per hour. It runs on a 270 horsepower engine and uses GPS-guided section control, meaning individual sections of the boom automatically switch off when the machine passes over already sprayed areas, eliminating overlap and reducing chemical waste. The practical payoff is enormous. Farmers can spray more acres in less time, with less chemical, less soil compaction, and more precision than any conventional sprayer. The Pantera doesn't just look like something from a sci-fi film. It genuinely performs like one. Number 5. The Harvest Crew Strawberry Robot. Picking strawberries is backbreaking, tedious, delicate work. The berries bruise easily, they grow low to the ground, they ripen unevenly. For decades, this made strawberry harvesting one of the most stubbornly human-dependent jobs in all of agriculture. Then came Harvest CRO. Harvest CRO is an American robotic startup that developed an advanced strawberry harvesting robot. Unlike a single robotic arm, the Harvest CRO robot uses a variety of robotic components working simultaneously to accomplish the task. It can pick a single plant in just 8 seconds and move to the next one in 1.5 seconds. The machine uses computer vision to scan strawberry plants and differentiate between ripe berries, which are red and ready, and unripe ones, which get left alone. It grabs the leaf, picks the berry gently, and packs it. Perhaps most remarkably, the machine is capable of operating at night. This turns out to be ideal for strawberry harvesting because the berries are cooler in the night air and far less likely to bruise during picking than they are during hot summer afternoons. No human picking crew would voluntarily work night shifts across a strawberry field for extended periods. A robot has no such preferences. The strawberry industry in California alone employs around 55,000 people per year. A machine like the Harvest CRO, if adopted widely, could fundamentally reshape that workforce. The fact that it can pick delicate fruit with the kind of gentle precision that takes a human years to develop and do it faster at night without stopping makes it one of the most eerie and impressive farm machines ever built. A separate British company, Dogtooth Technologies, developed strawberry harvesting robots for glasshouse and polytunnel environments. Their machines not only pick but grade every single berry, imaging each one to measure weight and diameter before placing it directly into punnets according to specific supermarket criteria. Defective berries are automatically rejected. Number 6. The Case IH Autonomous Cables Tractor Concept. In 2016, Case IH unveiled a concept tractor that shook the agricultural world. And not because of its horsepower. It shook the world because it had no cab, no seat, no steering wheel, no place for a driver to sit, because the whole idea was that no driver would ever be needed. The Case IH Autonomous Concept Tractor was designed as a statement about where farming is headed. The most striking feature was that complete absence of an operator's cab. Case IH envisioned a future where farmers don't sit inside their tractors, they control them remotely, from anywhere in the world, while the machines operate on their own in the fields. The concept made it all the way to Australia, where it turned heads at the AgQuip Field Days exhibition. Case IH said the goal was to challenge customers to think seriously about the future of farm machinery, what farmers would want in a tractor 20 years from now, whether that's full autonomy, dramatically increased power, or something else entirely. The Ghost tractor looks almost menacing in photographs. A sleek, powerful machine with no human presence inside, just a cab-shaped void where a farmer used to sit. It's the visual embodiment of a question the entire agricultural industry is grappling with. When do we stop needing people in the machine at all? While this remained a concept vehicle, it foreshadowed what has since become a serious commercial push. By 2023, a USDA report revealed that over 50% of corn, cotton, rice, sorghum, soybeans, and winter wheat in the United States was already being planted using automated guidance systems that allow farm equipment to steer itself, only requiring a human to supervise. The driverless farm is not science fiction. It's already here in pieces. Number 7. The Koulan. Somewhere in Germany, a team of researchers built a small electric, futuristic-looking farm vehicle and named it after a wild donkey from Central Asia. The Koulan is a utility vehicle tractor hybrid designed for farm work. It was created by Polylab.net, a German research and design network. Named after the Koulan, a species of wild ass native to Central Asia, the machine is powered by a pair of 2-kilowatt electric motors, which draw their power from 16 lithium-ion batteries stored beneath the vehicle's cargo platform. The design is strikingly minimalistic. No diesel engine, no exhaust pipe, just a sleek, low-profile electric platform that can haul cargo across a farm silently and efficiently. Marcus Knobloch, the network manager of Polylab.net, told the BBC that the goal was to show what agriculture might look like 20 years into the future. The Koulan raises a real question that conventional farming machinery hasn't fully answered yet. Does every farm vehicle need to be a 300-horsepower diesel beast? For lighter tasks, moving materials around a farm, transporting small loads between fields, running errands that don't require enormous traction, an electric utility vehicle that runs quietly, requires no fuel, and costs almost nothing to operate might be exactly the right tool. The machine never made it into mass production, but it represents a genuinely interesting design philosophy. Instead of making farm machines bigger and more powerful, what happens when you make them smaller, cleaner, and smarter? Number 8. The Kubota AI tractor concept. In January 2020, at an exhibition in Kyoto, Japan, Kubota unveiled something that genuinely looked like it had escaped from the future. The Kubota AI concept tractor is not programmed in advance by an operator who tells it exactly what to do and when. Instead, it is designed to be AI-operated, capable of making its own decisions about what operation to carry out and when. Based on real-time data, including weather conditions and crop growth rates, the machine looks unlike any conventional tractor. It features a streamlined, aerodynamic design with futuristic panels and lighting, almost like an oversized robotic farm dog, as some publications described it. Kubota created it to address what the company called a growing labor shortage crisis, not just in Japan, but across the global agricultural industry. The concept goes a step further than simple automation. The data gathered by the machine can be shared with other machines operating on the same farm, allowing an entire fleet to coordinate its activities based on shared intelligence. The machines don't just follow orders, they communicate with each other. While this remains a concept, the ideas behind it are actively being developed into real commercial products. The broader principle, AI systems that can sense crop conditions and make real-time farming decisions, is already being implemented in irrigation systems, drone-based crop monitoring, and precision planting technology around the world. But a tractor that looks at the sky, checks the crop data, decides it's time to harvest, and goes and does it? That's still extraordinary to contemplate. Number 9. The De Pietri Fred 10-100. Here's a machine that sounds like a joke until you see what it actually does. The De Pietri FR100 is an Italian-built machine that, at first glance, looks like some kind of bizarre hybrid between a combine harvester and a forage wagon. It is, in fact, an industrial salad and herb harvester, a machine designed specifically and exclusively to harvest salad leaves and fresh herbs at commercial scale. The machine was showcased at Agritechnica 2017, one of the world's largest agricultural trade shows, held in Hanover, Germany. At the front of the FR100 is a 2.05-meter-wide combine-style cutter bar and reel, which gently coaxes salad crops onto an elevator. The elevator propels the freshly cut leaves upward into a scissor-lift, high-tip hopper. When the hopper is full, the machine reverses up to a waiting trailer or truck, and a chain and slat floor discharges the load. It runs on a 100-horsepower John Deere engine driving a hydrostatic transmission. It has 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel steering, allowing it to navigate the tight confines of salad-growing fields with precision. The idea of a machine this sophisticated being built just to harvest salad seems almost absurd until you consider the scale of the global salad industry. Lettuce alone is one of the most labor-intensive crops on Earth to harvest. precisely because the leaves are fragile, grow close to the ground, and must be handled with extreme care to avoid bruising. The De Pietri FR100 is strange because it solves a problem most people never knew existed as an engineering challenge. How do you build a combine for leaves? Number 10. The phrenological lettuce picker. We've saved the most wonderfully bizarre for last. In the 1960s, scientists and engineers at the University of California's College of Agricultural Engineering at Davis were racing to mechanize American agriculture as fast as possible. In their quest to automate everything, they built what Time magazine in a 1964 article called a machine worthy of the cartoonist Rube Goldberg himself, the phrenological lettuce picker. The name alone deserves a moment of appreciation. Phrenology is the old, discredited practice of reading a person's skull shape and bumps to determine their character and intelligence. The machine borrowed this concept, literally feeling each lettuce head to determine if it was ripe enough for harvest. Here's how it worked. The machine was towed over a lettuce bed at exactly 1 mile per hour. A 6-inch by 18-inch conveyor belt crept over each lettuce head, pushing it downward as it passed. The machine's small electronic memory box had been pre-programmed with the information of how stiffly a ripe lettuce head should resist that downward deflection. If the head pushed back firmly enough like a ripe, tightly packed head of lettuce should, the machine recognized it as ready for harvest. If the head was too soft, too loose, too immature, the machine passed it by. In essence, the machine was squeezing lettuce heads and deciding, based on their resistance, whether or not they were ready to be picked. Just like an experienced farm worker would squeeze produce in a grocery store to judge its freshness, except done mechanically, at scale, in the middle of a California field. In the 1960s, Time magazine described the UC Davis researchers as turning out automated Rube Goldberg devices faster than farmers can learn how to use them. The phrenological lettuce picker never became a widespread commercial product, but it stands as one of the most creative, strange, and genuinely funny attempts to apply engineering ingenuity to the simple act of harvesting a head of lettuce. 60 years later, Cambridge University researchers built a robot called VegBot, a computer vision-powered lettuce harvester that uses cameras to assess whether a lettuce is ready for harvest, then guides a blade to cut it without crushing the plant. The spirit of the phrenological lettuce picker lives on, just with better technology. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. What's the strangest farm machine you've ever seen? Let us know.